A wood screw is a mechanical fastener designed to hold two pieces of material together. Screws act as a sort of internal clamp, with the threads pulling two workpieces together. The key to a secure connection is to first drill the right size pilot hole for the screw you're driving. The pilot hole serves a few purposes. First, it provides space so that the screw does not act as a wedge, splitting the workpiece. Second, it reduces resistance when driving the screw, so that the screw does not break or strip. This is especially important when driving screws made from a softer metal, such as brass. Third, it prevents the screw from pushing the parts apart, creating a gap between the workpieces. The pilot hole should be drilled in both workpieces. The pilot hole in the first or top workpiece can also be referred to as the clearance hole. The diameter of this hole should match or be slightly larger than the threads of the screw. This allows the threads to pass through, and only the screw head is engaged with the first workpiece. All of the force of the screw is generated from the threads engaging in the second workpiece. The diameter of the pilot hole for the second workpiece should be the same diameter of the screw's root diameter. The screw's root is the solid shaft that runs through the center of the threads. If you only have a few screws to drive, then you could drill two slightly different diameter pilot holes separately and bore a countersink for the screw head, but this is not the most efficient method. An easier way to get the same effect is to use a tapered drill bit with a countersink cutter to drill the pilot hole in both pieces and countersink at the same time. The taper bit creates a larger diameter hole in the first piece and a smaller diameter pilot hole in the second workpiece. Now that we've covered how to drill the pilot hole and countersink, you're ready to drive the screws. It's important to use a screwdriver or screw bit on your drill driver that matches the style and size of the screw head. A driver that's too large will not fully seat in the screw head, and a driver that's too small will be too loose. Both can result in a stripped screw head. It also helps to use lubrication to minimize resistance. Beeswax is the preferred product, but even a bar of soap works to provide lubrication and reduce resistance. Another useful tip when you're driving softer screws, such as decorative brass screws, is to first drive a steel screw that's the same size and thread configuration as the brass screw. The stronger steel screw cuts the thread path, making it easier to then drive the brass screw in the same hole. This entire process is made even easier when you use a screw drill drive system. Rockler's InstaDrive 5-piece drill driver bit set includes a tapered countersink bit that drills the pilot hole and countersink in one pass. It also includes a driver sleeve that holds a driver tip and slides over the countersink to drive the screw home. The beauty of this system is that it eliminates having to loosen the drill chuck to change between bits. You can instantly switch from drilling the perfect pilot hole to driving the screw home.